In this video, I'll guide you through how to track changes in Google Docs, whether you're collaborating with a team, working with an editor, or just want to keep a clear record of what's being changed in your document. Using the built-in suggesting feature is the simplest and most effective way to do it. Let's start at the very beginning. First, open Google Docs. You can do this by going to your Google Drive and opening an existing document, or by creating a new one from the Docs homepage. Make sure you're signed in to the correct Google account, especially if you're working on a shared project, so your suggestions are labeled with your name and not as a generic guest. Once your document is open, look towards the top right corner of the screen. You'll see a small drop down that usually says editing by default. This is the control that determines how your changes are applied to the document. When it's set to editing, anything you type or delete is applied directly to the document with no separate record of what was changed. That's fine when you're working alone, but it's not ideal when you want other people to review or approve your edits. Click on that editing dropdown. When you do, you'll see a small menu with a few options. One of those options is called suggesting. This is the mode you'll use to track changes. Go ahead and select suggesting from the list. Now that you're in suggesting mode, the way your edits behave will change. Instead of directly altering the text, every change you make will appear as a suggestion. If you type new text, it will show up in a different color and be underlined, often with a comment style box on the right side of the document showing what was added. If you delete text, it won't disappear permanently. Instead, it will be marked as a suggested deletion, usually with a strike through so others can clearly see what you're proposing to remove. Each suggestion is tied to your account, so collaborators can see exactly who made which change. On the right-hand side of the document, they'll see a small comment or change card for each suggestion. From there, they can either accept or reject your proposed edits. Accepting a suggestion will merge it into the main document, while rejecting it will keep the original text and remove the suggestion. This method is especially helpful when you're working with multiple people. Everyone can switch to suggesting mode and propose changes without overwriting each other's work. It keeps the document clean, organized, and easy to review because all edits are visible, reversible, and clearly labeled. If at any point you want to go back to editing the document directly, just click the same drop down again and switch from suggesting back to editing. You can move between these modes as often as you like, depending on whether you're drafting new content or reviewing someone else's work. So to recap in simple terms, open your document in Google Docs, click the editing drop-down in the top right and choose suggesting. From that moment on, every edit you make will be tracked as a suggestion that can be reviewed, accepted, or rejected. This is the easiest way to keep a clear professional record of all changes in your Google Docs.